Before going to the before going to the backend, I just deleted the first image and added three more images. Three images. We just have to add three images. That's it. If you want to add more images, just we can add it. I have made this one and this one in a linear layout so that it will come in the same line, and this image will be at the bottom. So I just added linear layout for these two, and one image outside the linear layout so that it will come um, below this line. And when we add the margin top for this, one second. Yeah, hello, the margin top I had set is 10 dB. So the 10 dB means from this one to this one, that is 10 dB. If I put 20 dB from here to here, it will be 20 dB. That's it. So yeah, and going to backend now, I added one more clear all button so that if we press this one, whole everything will be clear, and we can freshly tap whatever we get. And I have added one more function called logarithm. So coming to its backend Java, I have imported the mathematics class, like java.math, as we perform the logarithmic and trigonometric operations. So within this extends up compared activity, we have to write the code. This is default for all everything, because we extract the front end layout from which we should write the backend code. Yeah, from there the method starts public void add. So add is the method name where I had given here. See, add add is the on click method which where I have given. So the same thing, yeah, the same name have to be given here, public add. View and view, as I told, it's a default, it's a general class which we which the developers use. And here edit text, yeah, edit text is also a method from XML, where we get the input. For see, for example, the here whatever the user types the numbers, it will be in the form of strings. Okay, so we have to fetch from where we have to take the input. So how will the IntelliJ know that from where I have to take the input? That's why the ID has been written here. See, there is a ID for called ftnum. Here I have ftnum. See, find view by ID is also a function from XML to Java. See, edit text, I had stored the rnu1. R means read number one. That's it. So I had stored the address of that number one uh, in this rnu1. See, for to initialize this rnu1, I use the edit text to it's like a data type. So from where should I get find view by id, r.id.ftnum. See, we can just uh, do that one, r.id. If you press that and press this one, the IntelliJ suggests us from where should we get. So it is for the first input. This exactly same we can copy and replace that ftnum, like the address id of the first number with the id of the second number. That's it. So this completes the getting of the data. I can wait, getting getting of data. Okay, next comes here to read. This is to read. Okay, string strt1, str1 is a string. The string is a data type. Here I'll store str string. In this str1 equals, like, I'll assign this one from here. It's a, yeah, core Java, nothing but a core Java. So nu1, this one, where from which id I had obtained the input from the first number. This one, wait, see, yeah, from the first number, I will use that one as this as object. I'll use the dot operator to get the text from the string to string. That's it, to string. So what this function is do, it will read the so this one will get the address from where the input has to get, and this one will read the input. As it will be in a format of string, it will, I had used the string, that's it. So it will read the input, and this one is the operation. As it takes the longer time to type it, I just typed it, that's it. Okay. So this is for the operation. I will use the float, a float data type, and use this variable float n1 dot float equal to paras float str1. This is because whatever we have read the input, it will be in the string. I will convert the string to the float format using this inbuilt function paras float, and the same is with the core Java also, parasint. So I'll do the same thing for both the inputs, number 1 and number 2. 2 plus 2 is equal to 4 for that. And I will use a output, I will use a variable op in the float data type, and add the both numbers, float 1 plus float 2. That's it. I'll add both the numbers, float 1 plus float 2. So text view output. So what we have done till here, it will be the reverse from here to here, because we just have to display in the same format as we received it. After adding the numbers, text view, yeah, text view is also a function in the function from the XML Java. Find view by id r.id.output. See output, where is it? Yeah, this is the output button which we have created, and the id I had given is output. So I will use the same output here. Output, where is that? Yeah, output. Now text view output, find view by id. I had taken that reference from the unique id which has been given to that one. So after taking the reference, I'll just write it. Take ref of output location. Okay. After taking the reference, output dot set text. Set text mean it will set the text. I mean, it will set. It has taken the reference. Then it will set the text according to that location. As this is a function, I'll use string dot value of output. So this has been our addition of two numbers has been performed, and the sum will be or the yeah sum or product will be stored in output, and that will be display value of output there in the form of string. That's it. So this is for one operation. The same applies for multiplication, division, everything. And yes, add I have given in the clear option. The same applies for multiplication, division, and everything. And for the clear option which I had given for the as all the inputs and should be cleared so that user can freshly enter the number. I use the same public void. It should be in public. Fine. So I'll yeah, as the same I'll take the reference for the input in the these two lines, and then as it will be in the strings, I will read the string. I'll read the input as it is in that format, and then in the float format I'll just parasint float. Yeah, I'll convert those strings into float format, because we have to, I mean, yeah, where is that? We have to understand that is for subtraction. Okay, yeah, and so for subtraction, and here in this float we use the minus sign instead of plus sign to get the difference between first number and second number. Then we just display the output. That's it. Text view output is going to find value by id. We find the value of the, I mean, id of the location where we have to display the output, and then we set the value and displays the value. Yeah, coming here to the clear button, how it works. Yeah, the both starting steps are same, as we take the reference from the first two inputs, and then we one second. Yeah, and there was a small mistake. I corrected now. In the clear thing, the small mistake was from my previous project. Okay, sorry for that. Yeah, for this one, edit text. I'll take the reference from the two inputs. Yeah, I from two inputs ID where I have to clear means to set the blank spaces. That's it. Or to put the null values. So I'll take the reference of those two, and I'll read them from this. Yeah, I'll take the reference and store it in RNU1 and RNU2 respectively, and I'll read those two and store it in N number 1 and number 2 respectively. Then after reading that, number 1 will set text to the string value of null or blank spaces, whatever we say. Okay, see, we read it, we got the references, okay, where we have to put the null character or space. Then we got the reference and we read what's the current input is there. Okay, after reading that, we should put the space or empty character there, so we put the value of this one as it is in double quotes. It means we have to put that empty character of the data type string and set that. Okay, this one, as we read from this one, we are using num1 dot uh, set text. As we are reading from number 1, we use number 1 dot set text. Okay, and then we put the value of same. The same applies for second variable also. That's it. Yeah, and set text string value of this one. So we just put for both the variables. That's it. Yeah, I had just forgotten to put for output. So the same thing copies. So we'll read. See, we are not reading what's the value from for the output. So we have to clear output also, right? So we need not read the value from output because we had given it, not the user. So we'll just take the reference of the output and set the string value to null so that it will also be cleared. So that is about the clear. And then subtraction multiplication is same, just we have to change the operator sign. That's it. So division is also same. For the square root, yeah, we take only one input from the number one as told in the previous and yeah, in a while ago. And then yeah, we'll read it in the form of string and convert into double as because the trigonometric function and other functions like logarithmic and all those things, the default data type to be stored is double and not the float. So we use double and convert the obtained string in the form of double and store it in the float n1. And we do the operation here, double op means output, which I had defined. So math dot square root, note that this is case sensitive, math dot square root of n1, so I'm using for square root. So for the square root one, I'll just write the function as it is and find the reference where I should display the output and just display the output. For sine, I'll just use math.sine. For cos, I use math.cos here. And for tan, I use math.tan. And similarly, we can do for modulus also. It's not a problem. So it's like that. So in the meantime, I just added. So I just made some adjustment in the meantime and added the square root and remainder also, where we can find the remainder of the division if we have. In the meantime, I just added. So note that in a button we have to close the tags as it is to avoid errors. Okay, here and here the linear layout should be noted down just as in Java. And here coming to this one, yeah, note that all the functions like operation should be written within this one. Okay, within this main class. See here. So even for reminder, we just use the modulus symbol. That's it. So this has been now completed. We have to just it will be auto saved and we just have to see how it works if it. So as told before, all we have to import all these things in the package. Yeah, okay, everything looks good. There are no errors. If there are error, for example, let's see, there if there are error, there shows a red mark here on this or here. So with God's grace, there are also no errors. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, here also let me check if both things are added. Yeah, it's added. Okay. Jai Vishnu. Okay. Let me run and check. It's connected. Okay. It's building. Gradle is building. Okay. takes some time, so let's wait. And so it has been built. Now let me check. So as designed, this is a god's Lord Vishnu's photo. This is Aryabhata's photo, and this is Ramanuja's photo. Let me pick on hello. So I got a hello. Go to calculator. Okay, done. I press this one. Okay, okay. 1 second.